Hello, everybody. This is the Bad Guitars Podcast. My name is Andrew.
And my name is Scott.
And this is take 3 because we keep having microphone stand issues like we were having last week. Think we got it fixed, though. This is the bedtime edition. You got your ice cream and your pajamas.
And we're just calling it bedtime edition because it's my excuse to just wear pajamas and put my lotion on my face without having to worry about doing this after the podcast before I go to bed. Yeah. Bear with me. If I don't care that I have pajamas on, you shouldn't care that I have pajamas on.
Yeah.
That's it. And I have Harry Potter pajamas.
Yeah, so, it's getting to be that time of year where, Halloween season, people start watching Harry Potter again.
Yeah.
Got some new stuff this week coming out. A lot of it's mostly just announcements or like news and updates and stuff. Not as big of a week as last week was huge. There was a lot of new stuff last week.
Yeah.
So we just jump right in. I showed you a few of these. I don't think you've seen all of them yet.
You're talking about... Are you talking about the pedals for this week?
Pedals. There's a couple guitars that came out.
Okay.
There's some of the guitars I don't even want to cover. I mean, there's some new like Gibsons and Epiphones and stuff.
Why don't you cover those?
I don't know. I didn't want to. Well, we've already got like 20 tabs open on the computer. And I don't know if we have time to get to all these. Well, there's like a Joe Bonamassa new Epiphone signature. I think there's 2 of them.
I just feel like you care so much for Fender. Like you.
Me personally?
Personally. care so much for Fender.
Yeah.
That's something that is no Fender you just don't care about.
Well, we actually do have a Fender release this week, but I'm not super thrilled about it. We'll start with an Epiphone. I got one. This one, I don't think it was actually announced this week, but it's it's already sold out. That was the news I was going to have, is that it was actually going to be available places this week. It was on pre-order before, and it sold out pretty quick on the first round. Looks like it's already sold out again.
Wow.
It's the Epiphone Grabber Bass. So people were hoping for this for a long time. Grabber Bass, the originals, I mean, they're just like any vintage Gibson. It's going to be extremely expensive. But with an Epiphone reissue, the only difference really is the original Grabbers. They had the pickup. You could actually shift it up and down. You could slide it to which position you want it in. This one's like set. It's right there in the middle. Famous users, you get like Chris Novoselic from Nirvana. He's a big user on that. Mike Dirnt from Green Day. He used a Grabber bass for a while. See, they got 2 colors. You got natural and ebony.
Ooh.
Yeah, ebony's back ordered as well. Estimated by December 3rd. Just in time for the holidays.
You say that's ebony?
That's the color. It's not the wood. It's not ebony wood.
That looks really nice.
Yeah, like Chris from Nirvana. That's the color he used, nice. I believe.
Now imagine how many cups of ice cream I can buy with $999.
Oh man, if it's that Talenti brand, well, it depends because you bought that at Walgreens, where it's like double the price
really
of a regular store.
No, it's $7, but
for a pint.
No.
So from 1973 to 2024, the updated Grabber Bass. Sweetwater is excited to announce the Epiphone has answered requests. Blah blah blah. Grabber Bass. Here's the important stuff here. Okay. So retaining the same charm that stunned the world back in 1973, features include earth-shattering humbucking pickup, C-shaped maple neck, a classic double cutaway alder body. Alder's the wood. Original Grabber V headstock. Grabber has historically been seen in the hands of Gene Simmons, Mike Dirnt, Lou Barlow from Dinosaur Jr., Chris Novoselic of Nirvana, and other notable artists. Bassists have been asking for a reissue of this unique bass for years, and Epiphone has delivered, but they didn't do a Gibson one. They probably could have put out a Gibson one for whatever Gibsons go for as far as their basses. I don't know, $3,000-$4,000 maybe. If their guitars go for $2,500.
I'm not really familiar. I'm familiar with the brand because who doesn't know the brand?
Yeah, it's Epiphone. Yeah.
But I'm not really familiar with the sound, so I don't have much to say about it.
Pretty much every single Nirvana song is played with this bass.
Wow.
Some early Kiss before they started using those custom crazy axe-shaped basses and stuff. Mike Dirnt, I think he used one on the Dookie album. I could be wrong there. I think that's the album that he was mostly known for using it. Vintage looks, modern personality. Original
Hmm.
grabber for 73. The bass is fun to grab and play. Feels comfortable whether you're fighting fast grooves or slapping funky bass. And I don't think
Looks nice.
of slap bass when I look at this, like funky slap bass. This looks
Mm.
more like a, I don't know. To me, it looks like a rock bass. It doesn't look like it would be good for like jazz and R&B type stuff. But here's the feature. So updated incarnation of the 73. They just keep repeating themselves. I hate when they do this in the descriptions. They should just hire us to write these descriptions.
Oh, it will be amazing writing those descriptions. Call me.
Okay, finally, get down to the 3-piece maple neck with comfortable C shape, maple fingerboard with 12-inch radius, pro bass ceramic humbucker for earthquaking sound. Volume and tone knobs to tailor your tone, but it looks like there's a switch on there too, but does it say? Original V headstock and clover.
What switch?
Right there, it looks like there's a switch. Gotta find a better picture on this stuff. Bolt-on neck, 3-piece mid, just completely repeating itself. 20 frets, 34-inch scale laying. Bone nut, does come with a bone nut, so that's cool. It's not a plastic one. Diecast open up, 1 volume. Okay, it just says mini. Oh, it's a coil split. So you can turn the humbucker into your single coil. That's pretty cool. And as far as a price tag, I mean, looks like both colors are $9.99. Yeah. I like this other color too. The natural finish. If I were to get one, this would be, I'd probably go with this one over the black, because black shows up, all the fingerprints show up on it.
But hey, there's a special financing.
Oh.
36 months.
Yeah.
Ends in October 31st, 2024, if you want to.
It ends October 31st, but you can't get the base until December. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, but the special financing.
Yeah. $20 a month for 36 months. That's not bad.
Don't think about it.
I don't want it. But since we have a lot to get to, what are your final thoughts on this one? I mean, I think it's a cool base. I think it's cool that they've reissued it. Think it's simple.
Because you already put it on my mind that it's like Nirvana and the Kiss.
Yeah. Which are completely different bands. Although Nirvana did cover a Kiss song for a tribute album.
What song?
Oh God, what is it? I think it's "Do You Love Me." I think "Do You Love Me" is the name of the song.
That I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
It might not even be a Kiss song.
What song are you thinking of? Do you even know Kiss songs?
I do.
Okay.
Isn't the Kiss the people who puts makeup on their faces?
Yeah.
Like clowns?
No, that's the Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah.
Insane Clown Posse puts clown makeup on. Kiss puts on, one is a cat, one's a spaceman.
Yeah.
Gene Simmons is the demon. I don't know. I don't like Kiss. I've heard Kiss 1,000 times.
I heard
I'm not
Kiss
a big fan.
too. I do
but
know
I want to know what song you're thinking of. What Kiss song are you thinking of? Because I'll tell you, I could probably help you figure out if it is one or not.
This is probably not even a Kiss.
Lay it on me. What is it?
I don't even remember the lyrics.
Okay. While you think about it, I'll bring up our next listing.
I can think about how it goes.
How's it go? Hum it. hum the tune. Anyway, I think we just lost all our viewers and listeners. Do you remember what it is?
I just remember. I went to the dentist last week.
Yeah, you went to the dentist.
And I had this chair. It's your chair, though. The one with the hippie guys.
Grateful Dead. They're not Kiss. They don't sound like Kiss.
Hold on, so
they're kind of like Kiss in the same way that the people hate them. Yeah.
Sure. And my dentist goes, "Do you even know who they are?" And I say, "Of course I know them. I went
to
see,
name 3 songs.
I went to see them in concert." And he said,
"You went and saw the Grateful Dead in concert, the originals."
He said, "When?" And I said, "I don't remember."
Oh my God.
And then, I mean, obviously he got on it.
Well, maybe he thought you meant like the Dead & Co. with John Mayer.
So he goes, "Where?" I'm like, I don't remember. Did they sing and he named the name of the song? And I'm like, of course.
He probably made up the name of a song too. He's like, oh, did they sing
It's like,
Rainbow Butterfly? And you're like, oh yeah, that's the big
and
showstopper.
then he
They
goes,
came back out and played it in an
because
encore.
I'm talking shit. And then he goes, you see, you don't know that because I just read out the name of the song.
Anyway, no, you didn't tell me that story. So
I probably was embarrassed to tell you.
so here's one: is that this next one is not a release. But Guitar Center dropped the ball on something. I guess word had been getting around. The people already kind of had an idea about this coming out. Universal Audio just recently came out with, in the last month, 2 new pedals, their amp in a box style amp and cab sim pedals. There was the anti, it's the Eddie Van Halen 5150. We talked about that one, I think, a couple weeks ago. And then last week we talked about the Enigmatic, the one that's the Dumble style, that gold pedal that we talked about. Look like this, but gold. No?
Did I like it?
Yeah, you liked it. You said we were gonna buy one.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I didn't like it.
So anyway, Guitar Center put out this ad. Just one of their little banner ads they do on social media and shit. And it says new effects pedals for October. So they got the Boss SDE3, which we talked about that one in episode 2, I believe. The Boss digital delay, dual digital delay. There's the 25th anniversary DL4 from line 6, Mark II. And we didn't cover that one. There's nothing really special about it. It's just a different colorway of the version 2 of the DL4. But on the same banner with these other 2 is this unreleased Universal Audio pedal called the Knuckles.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wasn't that... We were talking about that this week because you were telling me that they released a pedal by mistake.
Well, they didn't release the pedal, but they've got a picture of it right here that this pedal has not been. And so diving deep on the internet.
But is that one the one?
This is it, yeah.
Okay.
So people are, talking about this is the gear page right here that I'm looking at. People are all talking about it. How it was leaked. And some people are like, oh, leaked material is not always factual, but it's like, did somebody Photoshop this Guitar Center ad, or is this real? Because that pedal looks legitimate. But if it is real, if this is a thing, from what I've gathered, it's supposed to come out on October 29th. It wasn't supposed to be dropped this early. But the Knuckles is supposed to be a Mesa Boogie dual rectifier. So it'll be your high gain heavy metal amp. I'm sure, Metallica fans are probably going to love this thing. I think it's going to be cool. I mean, they just keep cranking these things out like crazy. At this point, they've done Fender. They've done 2 Fenders. They've done Marshalls. The Vox Ruby is their Vox style. The Lion is the Marshall. I can't even keep track of them. There's just so many. The Dream 65. It's the Fender Deluxe Reverb. But they also have effect ones. They have... there's one that looks like the Sega Genesis logo. And some modulation. I think it's called the Astra. There's a Space Echo copy. They have one that's just a bunch of different compressors in one. And they have one that's like a amp, just a speaker cab simulator. That's all it is. So for them to release another one in the same month or a month apart from the other 2, they're on a roll. I mean, they're just killing it. What do you think, though? It's probably going to be about the $399 price range as the rest of them. I can't speculate too much on it because it's, just a rumored thing right now, but it looks legitimate to me.
I tell you what.
It looks boring to you.
I don't have a lot to say about the pedal.
Yeah.
But I will say that if I work at Guitar Center, that probably will have been me.
And somebody probably lost their job over this.
Oh, that would have that would be me.
Like, I remember Sweetwater
posting the pictures that I don't supposed to be posting.
I remember Sweetwater did this, I think, with like a JHS release last year, and just dropped the video the day before. But that's a day before. This is like a whole month from the rumored release date. Or I don't know. Looks boring as shit though. I mean, it's just a plain gray pedal this time around. Usually their
Yeah.
colorways are a little bit better, but it's reminiscent of like a Mesa or could even be like a. It does say dual rectifier
You
on it,
know,
so who knows?
our kids' crayons are better than that
Our
pedal.
kids' crayons. He could probably draw something that looks a little bit better than that.
Yeah,
Um,
100%.
so I just wanted to touch on that one because it's not really a real release yet, but it's something we could be talking about here in a couple weeks. This one I did not show you. This is from a smaller builder, Whimsy Machines. They've announced the Sweet Tooth. So if you guys don't know Whimsy Machines, they also make the fantabulizing What's It Do?
Huh?
This pedal right here is on the same. Okay, so they got them both in the same image.
Pardon me?
Yeah, you know, fantabulistic or whatever. What's it do? I can't pronounce it. What's it do? Anyway, so the Sweet Tooth. Small format pedal. Kind of looks like an old ZVAC style pedal. It looks like hand painted. Might not be. Small builder. But it says here, our next pedal, the Sweet Tooth, this is on Instagram, our next pedal, the Sweet Tooth, features a 100% custom in-house design tone section inspired by the Pultec EQP-1A. I don't know what that is. It offers two knobs, one for cutting lows or highs, and a second for boosting lows or highs. By simultaneously boosting and cutting frequencies, users are able to bend and shape their tone a la Pultec style. In addition, we're trying to make it so users can quickly and easily change out the 4 individual capacitors associated with the circuit without soldering. So that's pretty cool. That's kind of like that Mythos release that we talked about a couple weeks ago, where you could swap out the op amp.
Yeah.
This one actually lets you switch out 4 different capacitors. So that'd be pretty unique. I wonder though if they provide like a guideline on like ones that you can or cannot put in here to like, because you don't want to blow the circuit. Maybe it's designed to be foolproof where you can't. But these wired terminals are a little fiddly and honestly too gigantic. We might have changed them up into a smaller screw. Okay, so they're talking about these little terminals that the capacitors go onto. They do look gigantic for the fact that this is a small standard enclosure right here. Doesn't say when this is coming out. Quite honestly, I don't know when this is coming out or if it's already out because I just saw it listed a couple days ago. But this looks like this.
When are they going to be selling that?
This
pedal?
Instagram post is from April 7th. But
It's
I
a
just
small
saw this.
builder.
I just saw this listed like last week or this week
But where?
on Instagram. Let me look it up real quick
Okay.
because I follow them. Yeah, after years of tinkering, prototyping, it's in its final form. Say hello to Sweet Tooth. Yeah, they just put this out a couple days ago. I don't
And
see
what's their
anything on
name?
pricing. Whimsy Machines.
Whimsy Machines.
Small batch analog audio paraphernalia based out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. Established 2020.
Now,
Another
we were
pandemic
talking-
brand.
We were talking about this last week, though.
Yeah.
That is like, if you're open to, you can have a whole pedal board of boutique pedals.
Oh, a lot of people do. A lot
that
of people
would be
only
really cool.
see. That's like your hipster
Yeah.
kind of guys, like that are only spending their money on these high end. You never heard of them. They want to be the only guy that has it.
That's kind of
but-
cool, though.
I mean, these boutique builders are great. I'm not saying anything bad about them.
Dude.
But I've seen professional guitarists with just Boss pedals. But I've seen professional guitarists that have like, people go to their shows and they're taking pictures of the boards because they're like, what is that?
But hold
How
on.
do I get that?
Now that we're talking about boutique pedals,
Yeah.
I don't know if we had talked about this person before or we haven't.
Mhm.
But remember when we were talking this week and our song has an ambulance?
Little toy ambulance, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we
And
did. Yeah, I've
he-
got one for them actually.
Really?
Yeah, I've got one for us
We're
to talk
gonna
about.
talk about then.
I
Okay.
just saw this an hour ago.
Good.
No, I saw this 1 hour ago. We can jump right into that one.
Yeah. So let me tell the story.
Yeah.
So he likes to play with the ambulance.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you
It's one of
play
those. It's one of those where you pull it back and the friction motor kind of.
Yeah, but you play too hard with that.
Yeah, I
and
did.
you broke it.
I broke one of his toy ambulances. Yeah.
Yeah. So I say, wouldn't it be cool to use this toy ambulance now that it's broken to build a pedal inside this and then make it like the full switches where it has the ambulance lights? And he goes, oh, that already exists.
Yeah.
And he chose me this pedal builder
So
that has an ambulance.
VVCO,
That's so cool.
VVCO pedals, California Audio Effects Company, non-traditional relevant effects pedals. So I'm sure a lot of people might know about them. I mean, they do have 26,000 followers on Instagram. They're small batch builders. I think it might just be one guy. But no, I just saw this about an hour ago.
What's that?
So this one is, check out our newest mini pedal. It's a 2-inch by 2-inch mini fuzz block pedal. So it's like one of the Super Mario blocks with the question mark on it. They built a fuzz pedal into it. So that's what they do. They take like the DeLorean die-cast, scale models of like the DeLorean from Back to the Future. They've got Batmobiles. What is it? Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo.
No, that's definitely something like, if you're interested in boutique pedals, that is like a really cool brand that you should check out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So VVCO, I think they even sent something to 60 Cycle Hum a while back. He was doing like a mail episode where he was opening up all the mail, and I believe they had one of those pedals. But yeah, so Whimsy Machines, I think it's a cool looking pedal. I don't know what it does. Sounds cool. So we'll just jump on to the next one. Some more news. There is. What do you want? Do you want news or do you want a release?
Let's do releases.
Okay. So jumping back on Fender, like we were talking about a few minutes ago, the limited edition Mark Hoppus Jaguar bass.
Imagine how many pints of ice cream I can buy with $1,399.
Yeah, so you're dropping $1,400 on the Mark Hoppus bass. Now, I thought earlier this year or last year they had just given him his own signature bass, but this one is a re-release of one that he had years ago. So much like the Tom DeLonge signatures, these guys keep it simple. It's just a volume knob and pickups. Split pickup on a P bass. Jaguar body shape. It looks really cool to me. It looks like something's missing. Like it looks like something's, it's a Jaguar bass, so there should be at least the two controls here. But it looks really clean to me. And it just says Fender Jag on the headstock. It doesn't even say Jaguar. So that's pretty unique. We'll jump into the features here. You can get it in three color sunburst or seafoam green. Now usually I go for the seafoam green, but this one, I don't know. You get the matching headstock if you get the seafoam green. If you get sunburst, you get the regular headstock. Which one do you like?
None.
You don't like either one?
Mm-mm.
Why not?
I don't like the way it looks.
No?
No.
But you usually don't seem to mind the Jaguar shape, and we got a bunch of them over here.
Yeah, but this one is way too simple.
I like simple.
It's too expensive, too simple.
I would agree. For that price,
give me more.
For that price, it is a little too simple.
It's way too simple.
This is something that should be like $899.
I will take your words when you say it almost looks like it's missing something. Yeah. It does. It looks like it's missing something.
Have you seen the Tom DeLonge guitars?
Yeah.
The Strat where it's just the pickup and a knob.
Yeah, why? Yeah.
Well, same kind of deal. Now, I saw some people joking about this online that, they've done 2 signature Tom DeLonge models over the years. Maybe more. And Mark Hoppus is just kind of left out, so they got to give him something. I don't know. That's just the joke I'm seeing around online, but yeah, so presenting the Fender limited edition Mark Hoppus Jaguar bass. Limited edition release will be long gone before you blink. Yeah, Blink 182. So grab yours today, and the exact model Mark Hoppus currently plays on stage with Blink 182. For starters, you're getting a rock-solid, utterly curvaceous Alder Jaguar body. Add that maple neck, custom seat profile, beautiful slab rosewood fingerboard, elegant white pearl dots topped off with a set of lightweight vintage-style tuners. 4-ply white pearloid pickguard is fitted with Seymour Duncan SPB3 quarter-pound split coil pickup. That's a lot to say. For stellar tone and rock-solid intonation, this Jaguar bass features a high-mass vintage bridge. Custom neck plate features the Hi, My Name's Mark Octopus logo. I didn't see that.
What is that?
Where's that at? Oh.
It's on the
Let's
back.
zoom in on that thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of stupid.
I tell you what.
That's what I don't like about signature guitars is like you have all these features that I think the bass looks nice, and then you flip it over and you got to have this stupid
The thing with
octopus
signature
neck plate.
guitars is,
Yeah.
to me, you have to be like a big fan
Oh, definitely.
to be like, oh my gosh, I want this.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
on my
not all the
teenage
time.
years,
Yeah.
long ago,
Yeah.
I used to like Blink 182.
I never was a fan.
But then Travis had to get married with Kourtney Kardashian. And then they lost me.
Mm.
So, I don't care much for this.
I don't know. It's weird because I grew up, we both did, in the era where Blink-182 was like the biggest band for people our age. And the whole pop punk thing, I skipped over it.
I used to like it.
I never got involved with it. Just wasn't my thing. I don't know.
And isn't the other guy into aliens? Or
Tom DeLonge? Yeah, Tom DeLonge's super into aliens.
I don't know.
So I
don't know.
This thing has some good features to look at, though. They got the custom bridge that they did for this thing. So that's a little bit different. They got the special pickup in there. Seymour Duncan quarter-pound pickup. Those are not cheap. Other than that, though, I mean, that neck plate is like, if I were interested in this bass just as a bass, not because it's a signature model, but because, like, I like the simplicity of just the pickup wired to a knob. Now, in a guitar, I would say that. I would say I wouldn't mind a Strat or something. Not the Tom DeLonge one. If I were to have a Strat with just one pickup in one volume knob, I'd want it to be a neck pickup, not a bridge pickup. That's just me personally. But for this, it doesn't make sense to me because I feel like with the tone knob on a bass is essential. And if this is just a volume knob, I mean, I guess he's playing it with the tone knob all the way up anyway, so he doesn't need it. But most bass players, I mean, you utilize that tone knob. Guitar players, maybe not so much, but like bass players need that tone knob. That's just my opinion. I don't know. $1,400 seems really steep for this. Like I said, this would be, if it was not a signature model, if there's just a stripped down Jaguar bass, $899 probably.
I was gonna say 700.
Well, they don't go that low anymore.
Well,
unfortunately, Fenders don't go for that low anymore. And this is not an American made.
I don't know. It's just too expensive for that. I don't like it.
Yep, it's a Mexican serial number. So these are not made in America, but does have, okay, I just noticed this too, string through body. So that's cool. So you get a little bit more resonance out of it. So it's got some cool features. I do like some of the features on this thing, but the price tag's really steep for what it is.
Tell you what.
You're really paying for the name.
You will have to be like really, really upset with me about something.
Yeah.
For me to buy you something like that.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Like if we get into a fight and you get like super upset with me, I will think about maybe that Blink 182 shit.
To make me even more mad, or
to make you happy?
Oh, I don't know. I'd rather have something else, something cheaper than that. I don't know.
That's good.
Oh, this is gonna be a big one. We're gonna skip this one for now. We're gonna come back to that. We talked about summer school electronics. You seemed really into that band as a brand. As a former teacher, you really were drawn to this company.
The yellow one. I don't remember the name of the pedal.
Extra Credit Boost.
That one, I like it.
So this one is a special edition.
Okay.
He does this every year. He does a special Halloween edition. This year it's the Slasher Reunion. So it's a Halloween version of the Class Reunion. So I'm just going to read a description for you. Slasher Reunion is a Halloween edition of our Class Reunion. I just said that. Joining the ranks of previous Halloween releases, the Science Fair and Science Fear, because Science Fair is the regular one, and Spooky Day Delay. This edition is limited to just 31 pedals.
Oh.
And only available direct on the website. Combines the Summer School Electronics take on a 90s Russian Big Muff and our 2020s Trash Panda in parallel with master volume and blend knobs. Each side features its own drive and tone knobs, as well as the diode selection toggle. Black knobs equal Big Muff, green knobs equal the Trash Panda. So you're essentially getting Big Muff and a Tube Screamer together. Users can open up a wild, rich world of tones. So it's pretty much this. It's the exact same pedal as the standard version of the class reunion, just with the custom artwork. So that's really cool. $199. That's fair. Like we talked about before with summer school electronics, you're getting a good quality product. It's handmade in America.
I like it.
Yeah. And while you're at it, you can get a coffee mug for $14.99.
I was about to say that you should buy me that chalkboard shirt.
Chalkboard shirt? Let's click on that. Nice. Let's see what that looks like. I can't see that.
That looks really nice.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. What does it say? I will
not skip school to play guitar. And it's like the Bart Simpson style. You write it over and over again on the chalkboard.
That's really cool. It's just $15.
That's not bad.
It is not.
Wow. Shoot, we should get some of those. Yeah.
Not the pedal though. That's $100.
Pedal's a little. We could still support a nice independent builder by buying some shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, pedal's gonna be a little steep for us at the moment because we're paying off this new computer. Which again, Sweetwater saved our asses there. We were having trouble getting my laptop to edit anything anymore. And that's why we're having a lot of the issues with glitches in our, when we go to export the files in those first couple episodes. We'd go back and watch them after we'd already put them on YouTube. We'd watch the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
We'd watch it in the recording software, the editing software, from start to finish. Everything was fine. We'd export it thinking everything was fine, but then we'd lose bits and pieces. Yeah, there'd be glitches, and we'd miss like a whole 5-minute chunk of one of the episodes. So we got it all fixed now, but can't buy any more music equipment for a little while we're paying this thing down.
Yeah.
But Slasher Reunion.
At least that's what you said.
Yeah. Well, this thing will be long gone by the time we can afford to buy one. But there's always the class reunion. So, what do you think? $199? If you had the money, would you buy it?
I still like summer school electronics.
Yeah.
I talk about that. I like that it's made in America. I like the concept.
Let's look at their custom page.
I will buy it.
Want to personalize your summer school electronics pedal? Customize your order with unique artwork, case knobs, colors,
the
LED
art
lights. We make custom pedals.
Really nice. I like it.
Okay, so there's not like an order form on this. It doesn't look. Oh no, maybe there is. Okay, there is an order form. You just gotta scroll down. Okay, that's cool.
Oh, dude.
Because I knew he did. We talked about that last week when we were talking about the extra credit that we knew.
But look at that. They have the. You can choose the LED color, the knob color. You can personalize your pedal text.
Yeah.
The pedal text color. You can personalize like everything on it.
And it even says additional notes for the teacher. That's cool.
Oh my gosh!
I knew that they did this.
Cool.
I didn't know exactly how it worked. So that's pretty cool. And you got some examples on there.
And I will say this: the one that is like Trash Panda that looks so cute.
Yeah. So that's pretty neat. So I just wanted to touch on that one because that came out on the 3rd, I believe. Yeah, yesterday. And there's a short film to go along with it. If you go on YouTube, there's like a...
Really?
It's only like 2 or 3 minutes long, but it's a little... like a little preview horror story of like some people in the woods, and then the slasher reveals himself and pulls the pedal out of a bag or something. I don't remember exactly. I watched it, but...
Well, summer school electronics.
Yeah. I think we should get to this one last. That one's just going to be insane. We talked about modelers a lot in the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
There's more stuff coming out with that, and there was that Nano Cortex from Neural DSP, that thing that had no screen.
Oh, yeah. That I say was too complicated for me to understand.
So now it's getting to this point where it seems like it's an all-out like war between these modeling companies, because they put out these products, they're good for a few years before another competitor comes around, and then they just one after another trying to take each other out with new releases. I think where this really started to come around was Fender tried to dip their toes in the modeling market with the Tone Master.
Okay.
And that picked up some traction. And the day that they put out the Tone Master for like $16.99, I think is the price, $1,700. I think it was the Quad Cortex or the Head Rush or something. They dropped their price to like $100 less than Fender. So that kind of kickstarted a lot of stuff between these brands. And then they came out with like the Tone X1 came out, where it's a mini pedal. And then you just saw that Quad Cortex Nano came out. So now the Tone X, the regular Tone X, they're doing a whole new update on this thing. So a free update coming for all Tonex users includes 8 new effects, including 2 delays, chorus, flanger, tremolo, phaser, rotary, and a new spring reverb. 2 effects blocks can be configured or post or preamp. Coming in November 2024.
Damn.
So a bunch of software and firmware updates. I've never actually, like I said, I'm not a modeling guy. I've never jumped into it really. But the software that they're showing on the screen here, I mean, that looks really good. That looks like, you're bringing up real amps on there. Is what it looks
I don't
like.
understand how any of that works.
Kind of like the same way you would like in Logic or GarageBand with the computer here, where you can load up different amps in like simulations of the amps. Same kind of deal. These are just higher quality. These are like the quality of like the real thing.
Oh.
But
what
again,
do you mean by that's more expensive?
It's more expensive than if you were to just use like GarageBand on the computer.
Yeah.
Because GarageBand comes free on an Apple computer or iPhone. Like I said, we have Logic that we do music recording with.
Yeah.
It's just like an upgraded version of GarageBand, really. Same kind of features, but better. But usually with any of these modelers, you're paying for what you get. You get good stuff. And then there's always expansion packs that come out, and then like there's user presets that you can download. Different artists will put together packs and stuff, and different software companies, they'll just put out like, oh, we've got this pack of captures, amp captures. So there's people that dedicate their whole career to that. Like there's people that make money just making different captures of amps and stuff.
I should do that.
Well, we don't have access to all those kind of amps.
I don't know.
So that's pretty cool. Oh man. Okay. Where are we at right now? We're only 37 minutes. We're only 37 minutes in today.
Only.
Well, usually we're going for like 120. I think this is probably going to be a little bit of a shorter one tonight, but yeah, let's try to wrap this up a little bit. We got at least 5 or 6 more on here.
Oh my gosh. And my ice cream is already melting.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You got to finish it. Now this one I'm not seeing outside of social media. I'm not seeing a lot on this one.
In a repo.
What?
What is this?
I'm on like an Italian website. I couldn't find
Nuova
on the
Ravi.
Cornerstone. I guess Cornerstone is probably an Italian website.
That's
Italian
what it
pedal.
says.
It looks like, I don't know this brand very well. I know they got stuff.
Handmade
in Italy.
Gear? Huh.
Okay. So the Cornerstone Nucleo Reverb. This is a Paul David's signature.
Who's that one?
He's a YouTube guitar guy. I don't know him outside of that. I don't watch his videos very often, to be honest. I know he is a YouTube guitar guy. And it's kind of messed up. We should know this stuff, being that we're trying to jump into this world. But there's just so many out there. There's so many big name YouTube.
But how do you get to
people.
this company that is made in Italy?
I mean, Cornerstone, they have some good, I think they make the Gladio Overdrive. They've got some big name pedals that a lot of well-known artists are out there endorsing. But I don't know. I don't know how all these people come together to collaborate. But this thing looks cool to me.
It kind of does.
Let's see, I can't get this thing to focus. It looks like there might be like a multi-mode thing here, because you have room, reactor, and hall, but then in parentheses above each one, above room it says lo-fi.
Okay.
Reactor says vintage, and then hall says norm. So I'm guessing you probably have dual functionality with that. And then blend is your volume. And then, well, I don't know, because blend also has parentheses where it says volume. So I don't know if these are both dual mode potentiometers, but then you get 3 sliders on this thing. Modulation, it says rate. Air, that says pitch. Flux, speed. So these have got to be either just like they're giving you what the actual name is, like it says mod, but underneath they're putting rate. I don't know if that is dual functionality or if they're just telling you what it actually does. Because a lot of pedals they'll put like a funny name for something, or like a cool name for a knob. But and then you get some mini potentiometers down there. It says decay, tone, freeze, and pitch. And then there's this little flip switch right here, a little slider switch. Don't know what that does, and this website is completely in Italian. Okay, here you go. Nucleo's results of collaboration with Paul
English.
Davids and Emilio Mazzari, founder of Cornerstone. Began with Paul Davids' visit to a nuclear power plant in search of the world's most insanely beautiful reverb. There he was inspired by the sound of the plant with all the unique reflections. Sorry. At the same time, Emilio was researching the possibility of creating ambient reverb. He saw Paul's video. We gotta watch this video. Dude playing in an abandoned.
And approach him asking if he will capture the sounds.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So
that's kind of cool.
Trying to take that nuclear power plant sound and put it into a pedal. That's really cool. It's a digital reverb pedal with 3 presets: room, hall, and of course reactor, whose intensity can be adjusted with the blend knob. There are 3 intuitive slide controls: modulation, air is the shimmer function, flux, which adds random sounds to the reverb. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Okay.
And pressing the second foot pedal freezes the signal so you can play over your own soundscape. So it's like a sound retainer thing. We've talked about that before with like the freeze pedal.
Yeah, I remember that.
What was that one that came out a couple weeks ago? The layers, the MXR layers. It's even a latch function that ensures that smooth chord transitions. The 3 other potentiometers control decay, tone of the reverb, and pitch of the frozen signal. Oh, that's cool. Each knob controls a second parameter. Okay, I was right. Second parameter that can be adjusted via the switch. Okay. So that's what that little switch was. It controls which mode you're on with the potentiometers. It does have MIDI control, audio interface. You can use this directly as an interface to go to your computer. Stereo inputs and outputs, making this pedal very complete and versatile effect. What is the price on this thing? Ooh, 351 euros.
But is it that less than dollars, or is it the same?
Yeah, if it's 351 euros, you're probably paying. God, what is that? Probably like 385.
We should look that up.
385, 400.
We should look that up.
I don't know. It's always fluctuating. 351 euro to dollar. Dollar redo.
Okay. What's the answer?
Okay, 385. I was right.
Ha!
Ooh, first try. Got it on my first try. Sorry. All right.
I have questions.
You have questions about this one?
Where do they ship that from? Italy?
Yeah, it ships from Italy. I mean, they might have dealers
Do you have to pay
here.
for shipping?
Usually.
Oh.
International shipping, no joke.
That's gonna be more than 381.
They probably, I'm sure they have dealers here in the US.
Okay.
But yeah, I was talking about some of their other stuff that they make. The Gladio is one that I'm familiar with. They got the Gladio Deluxe. It's like a Dumble style pedal.
Pedals look really simple though.
Yeah.
On that website though.
Yeah. Okay, this isn't the dealer. This is a dealer website, so who knows if you can buy directly from them at a lower price. Because this is a music shop that we're looking at.
Yeah.
Bagnes in Italy.
You have to put the accent.
Bagnes. I don't know. I don't know how you would say that. But it looks really cool. I think this pedal looks like really amazing.
It looks cool. I will give you that. It looks functional.
I mean, it's on par with stuff like you see like Keeley coming out with, or like Walrus Audio.
Yeah.
Just like, that reactor mode is going to be really cool. We'll have to look into that a little bit more. All right, next one. This one is probably one I'm more excited about this week.
Looks messy.
It is. It's just I don't even know exactly what that's supposed to be. Leaves, maybe? Spirit in the Sky, Fuzz and Trem, batch of 45. So this is not a brand new pedal by any means. This is Heather Brown Electronicals. Godsmom.com is the website we're on. That is also the name of her Instagram.
Oh.
Godsmom.com.
Huh.
So this is the final batch of 45.
Wait.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I'll get into it.
Okay.
So it says right here, we'll just go up. Small batch up until they're gone. Someone once told me if I had only said that if you can nail the Smiths, how soon is it now sound with this pedal? And they said everything, but here's a product description anyway. So yeah, it does exactly that kind of thing. Fuzz and trem. If you like a rolling growl of a good sustained overdrive, imagine having a bed of trimmed out fuzz. I can't talk today. Bed of trimmed out fuzz to lay it on. What if you could then fine tune or sequence that wavy overdrive sound, or maybe you want the cutting fuzz mixed in with that crisp clean, so when it's time to hit your boost, there's another layer of grit adding subtle turbulence to those juicy amp tones. That's the dream behind the Spirit in the Sky, a boost that allows you to create texture underneath. So what is this pedal? An optical tremolo? Correct. Fuzz, ram's head, so that's a ram's head big muff. In parallel with lush, fat, sustaining JFET boost. Correct. It's hard to collect. Really cool pedal. That's all you need to know.
I like how you just jump and you're like, pa 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 pa. Cool pedal.
Let's buy one. Parallel fuzz and boost controls include gain, boost, tone, sustain, which is fuzz/blend. Analog optical tremolo controls are rate, depth, shape, square wave to sine wave, and depth. Flow toggle, A and B's, which one is first, your fuzz or your trem. Master on and off stop switch, of course. 9-volt standard, 13 milliamp draw.
But who's she?
Heather Brown is a huge name in the pedal industry.
Okay.
Now, the thing about the Ram's Head Big Muff circuit is, like, she actually worked at Electro Harmonics. She didn't make the Ram's Head. That was way before her time. But she worked at Electro Harmonics. She is synonymous with some of their circuits. She worked for them for a while. She also worked for Robert Keeley for a while.
And what happened?
She went off on her own. Now, I'm going to bring up the email on my phone that she sent out to all her subscribers.
Subscribers on where? The email?
Yeah, her subscription list. So this one says, "Hi, one last batch of Spirit in the Sky. I love this colorway and I hope you do too. There's 45 of them. I'll leave this listing up until they're gone. No lead time. They're already made. I'm really pumped to share more about what's coming down the pike. I'll be in touch. Peace, Heather." Last email I got on the subscription list, she said something about how she's coming to an end. Heather Brown Electronicals will not be a thing anymore. So she's doing her last couple batches of whatever. This might be the last pedal. And she's transitioning into something else. And she didn't say what exactly, but hinted around the fact that her company and her designs might be getting absorbed by another well-known, well-respected builder. So there's speculation. It could be EHX. Most likely Robert Keeley. Could also be Josh Scott. I don't know who else it could possibly be besides those three.
So would you say it's a good idea to buy a pedal from this batch before it gets absorbed by a bigger company?
I'm not big on the idea of pedal flipping, which a lot of people, they'll buy a limited release like this.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not saying to flip it.
But I think this is your last chance. This is your last chance to buy and be the first owner of, and not have to buy used on the used market for like double the price.
Yeah.
This is your last chance probably to buy a handmade by Heather Brown pedal.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, I'm not looking to flip or anything.
No, just a lot of people will see a release like this, be like, "Oh, 45 of them. Let me jump on like 10 of these and then
absorbed by someone bigger.
Resell them." Yeah. So add to cart.
Oh no! I was just asking you. Do you think it's a good idea? I was not saying to get it.
No, yeah.
If you're asking me to get something from that website, you can get one of those stickers.
What stickers?
The 50 cents a sticker.
Oh, come on. Were there stickers for 50 cents? Oh, there are.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but that's something you add to your cart after you're already buying something else. It looks like she might also have these on stock right now still, too. The Blessed Mother. That's been out for a little while, too. Believe it or not, nothing but 5-star reviews.
Okay.
So that one, I'm really excited about that one, just because it's just a big name in the pedal industry. So
don't know her.
Probably one of the first female boutique builders.
Really?
Yeah.
She nice?
Yeah. There's videos of her. JHS did a competition last year where they put Robert Keeley and Heather Brown up against each other. trying to build a pedal from scratch,
Oh,
like in front of a live audience and stuff. That's a pretty cool video to go and watch if you haven't seen it. So yeah, that's short. We'll keep that one short. Go buy it. $298, but it's worth it. Now this one, it's another tube screamer. Could you tell?
so many.
Could you tell?
No, really. What
Yeah.
can I tell?
I believe this is going to be in 2 different colors because this is black, but I'm seeing green on their Instagram. This is Formula B pedals. They're known for pedals like, I believe, the Fuzz Ranger, and I don't know why I can't get this right now. They do like a Univibe, I believe. Anyway, 199 euros. Again, was that 250 probably? Around $250?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's like, how many pints of ice cream is that?
Let me check.
So it's the TS4558. 3 different sound flavors to choose from classic crunch with pronounced mid-range frequencies to SRV glassy crunch or tone, up the Mayer style low gain boost, and much more.
Wait, how much did you say it was?
199 euros.
No, wait,
I
don't
think
look
I
on
said
dollars.
250. I think I said 250, but I'm probably up a little too high. It's probably 230.
Yes, you
230.
are. No,
235.
you're way too high.
225.
It's $2.18.
$1.
$2.18.
Oh, that's not bad at all. But it looks pretty cool. I think this looks cool.
What is that made?
It looks like a classic. I don't know. Clearly Europe, if it's in euros. Geez, I don't know where Formula B is located. Handcrafted pedals 1 at a time. So that's their slogan on their website. We'll jump that part of the website here in a second. Let's just get through the description.
What's the name of the company?
Formula B. Screamer 4558 packs into a single pedal. 3 expensive, hard to find vintage versions of the world's famous tube screamer. So it's cool. You get the SRV version, you get the John Mayer version, and then you get a classic version. I don't know exactly.
This is on Italy too.
Is it also Italy?
Yeah.
Okay. So you get the TS808 from 1981. These are your answers right here. The TS9 from 1982 and the TS10 from 1986. So that's how you get the classic, you get the John Mayer, you get the SRV. So it's pretty neat.
People is gonna think that we like John Mayer.
There's nothing wrong with liking John Mayer.
I don't know.
Unless you're those people that don't like John Mayer. It's not cool to like John Mayer. Just like it's not cool to like Joe Bonamassa.
Who's that one?
Oh, we'll get to that one too. I don't think it's cool to like Joe Bonamassa, even though he's a great player. You'll see. I'll show you some Joe Bonamassa.
What's the name of the song when he's singing on top of a train?
John Mayer?
Yeah.
Which one is he singing? I don't know his
my
music videos. Oh, you got
gosh.
internal toggle switches on this thing too. Look at that. Internal toggles. You get rare Japanese diodes in this thing and op amps from the Japan Radio Company. That's just another, boutique tube screamer, and this one is called That Screamer.
Guess what's the name of the video?
Singing on top of a train. Which one is it? I'm sure I've seen that video.
That's so fucking bad.
What is it? What is it?
It's called The Last Train.
Oh, The Last Train Home. I remember when that one came out. Yeah.
Listen.
The last train. The last train home.
If you're a fan of John Mayer,
Yeah.
but you're a fan from Last Train Home, I don't respect you. I'm sorry.
All right.
But if you're a fan of John Mayer,
Like the blues John Mayer?
yeah, that one, that's fine.
Like I said, we talked about this
fine.
before in a previous
Yeah.
episode. Like there's the pop John Mayer, there's the blues John Mayer, there's the weird hippie jam band John Mayer. Just depends on which one you get on any given time. He can be all 3 at the same time in the same night. But yeah, that Screamer from Formula B, $218 American, 199 euros. If you're into tube screamers and it's just another one for you to put on the collection, go for it. If you want one that you don't want just the basic stock model and you're looking to invest in something that give you more functionality, you got this. You got that Mythos one we were talking about a couple weeks ago, the Envy.
That one I like it.
You got a lot of boutique options. I think if we were to ever start a pedal company, we'd be losing out on money by not coming up with a tube screamer clone. But there's too many out there. I just wouldn't want to do one.
It's like everywhere.
And I'm not a fan.
there's
I'm not
releases on
personally
that,
a
no.
fan. I've got the plumes. That's been on my board since we've talked about this. Serial number on mine is 144. I jumped on the pre-order the day it came out, the day it was first released.
Yeah.
But I don't use it on either of the Tube Screamer modes. I use it as just a boost, as a clean boost. That's how I like it, and I almost always have that turned on, but it's not a Tube Screamer mode. So I don't know. It's whatever, you know. But I think that's a great price for it. I think it looks great. It looks like a classic Tube Screamer.
But again, how
just in a
much
modern
is it cheap,
enclosure.
though?
I don't know. Let's click on this and see what our shipping would look like.
Oh my gosh! Let's clip on add to the
okay.
cart.
Shipping
Let's see
shipping
how
is
that
€8, but that's
that's
estimated shipping probably. Because like, I don't know. I've never actually purchased anything from overseas.
But guess
as far as a
checkout.
Yeah. Next thing you know, we got this Tube Screamer coming to the door.
I'm hoping no. I just want to know.
Oh no, it already estimated on the website automatically that we're in the U.S. So.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's not that bad.
It's not bad at all.
No, it's just $8 for shipping.
See, when it's a country that the United States has friendly relations with, then you know.
That's not
It's
bad.
not like when Do you remember when my brother Mike bought a keyboard from Estonia?
Why?
He bought a Rolly keyboard. Rolly is a company that makes a soft touch keyboard, so you can slide your hands up on the keys, and it like makes like cool swelling effects and stuff, and like
I don't know
sustains
that
the notes.
one, though.
He ordered a used one off of Reverb from a seller in Estonia.
Where's that?
And it took like 3 months to get through
What is
customs.
Estonia?
I don't know.
That sounds like something you get on the stomach. What is that?
I think Estonia is like Eastern
a
Europe.
cyst?
No, I think it's like Eastern Europe. Could be wrong. I don't know my
Stomach
geography apparently.
stones? I don't know.
But we're running out of time. Clubber Lang, this is not a new release, but it's Mask Audio Electronics and Malaise Forever Customs. They are two separate pedal companies that have been collaborating on this pedal for a long time. This is, like I said, this is not a new release. They do, however, have a new colorway available.
Wait, if it's not a release,
yeah,
what are we talking about then?
Because they've got a new Halloween colorway for it.
Oh,
so Clubber Lang,
guess so.
It is a harmonic percolator style fuzz. And it is, the announcement on this is just, for a good chunk of the year, Malaise Forever Customs and I have been working on transferring Clubber Lang over to the Mask Audio Electronics lineup. So I believe before, even though it was a collaborative pedal, it was being manufactured by Malaise Forever Customs. And now it's going to be manufactured exclusively by Mask Audio, MAE. So that's pretty cool. I really like the stuff that Mask Audio Electronics makes. The guy that runs it, Alec.
Oh, do.
Yeah.
Well, keep talking about that.
So this dude is a huge fan of Devi Ever pedals, and Devi Ever, who recently had a comeback, big name in fuzz pedals throughout the 2000s. Devi Ever had a ton of designs. Originally started as Effector 13, changed the name to Devi Ever. Had some falling outs with customers and dealers, and Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins and stuff.
Okay.
And company went out of business, sold all her designs to Dwarfcraft. Dwarfcraft later on went out of business, so she eventually licensed all the stuff to somebody in Europe.
Bad luck.
So she licensed all the product names and designs and circuits to an English company, and then recently got all her shit back. So Mask Audio Electronics, he has this whole series on Instagram where he goes through and he collects these. He buys them all. He studies the circuits. Sometimes he buys one, opens it up, and inside, like, Devi Ever, like, taped this shit together. Like, the soldering was not good in some of these early designs. So I really like everything that Mask Audio Electronics makes. It's cool to see that they're going to keep this one in production full time. That's all. I just want to point this out because it's a special Halloween edition.
Okay, let me get back to Estonia.
Yeah.
Do I understand why it took such a long time?
Where is it?
That's next to Russia.
Oh, yeah.
That's like next to Russia, and Latvia is like right under Estonia.
Okay, yeah. And you got Finland above. Okay.
Yeah. That's really far away.
Yeah.
3 days is soon.
Now, I had more stuff I wanted to talk about, but I
Why
think
did
this
he buy
next,
something from Estonia?
because he wasn't thinking about it. I guess he just it was the best price. It was the best price. I remember that. It was the cheapest one he could find, and shipping was decently priced.
I'm surprised
And
shipping was
you
cheap.
would just think that you're doing it through Reverb, that there was some guarantee that you get it quicker, but unfortunately, it took him like 3 months. And I think when it arrived, he was impressed with it for like a couple minutes, and then it was already registered, I believe, to the previous owner. So he had issues getting the ownership transferred over, and ultimately ended up selling it because he was limited on what he could do. It could only work as a MIDI controller. He didn't have access to the software.
That sucks.
Couple more here. So we did the Grabber, did the
Yeah.
Tonex, did the Mark Hoppus. Chase Bliss has a new thing coming out next week
Okay.
on October 10th. But this is the teaser.
I don't know what's that.
It's some control panels with green, blue, red knobs. Who knows what it's going to be? I'm sure we'll be talking about it on next week's episode or the following week. So we're just doing a speed run here. Ernie Ball Music Man guitars. They have new Cutlass and Stingray guitar collection. 4 new finishes: Golden Delicious, Nightcrawler, Mystique, and Dark Rainbow.
Okay.
So we might cover that one next week, but I think we just don't have time because this next pedal we're going to talk about, it's 2 pedals. There's a regular version and then a premium deluxe. Supreme. Supreme is the bigger version. So we'll get to that here in a second.
When it says Supreme, you know it's going to be good. It's like going to Taco Bell
Yeah, right?
and ask for Supreme.
Supreme. You want that sour cream.
You know it's going
you want
to
the
be
sour
good.
cream and lettuce and tomato added to that thing. You don't want to just be cheese and lettuce. Couple more. Fender has announced there is going to be a new line of guitars coming out, guitars and basses coming out on 10/15. So I'm sure we'll be covering that one too. It says the
More
apex
than
of Fender
likely.
design, performance, and craftsmanship is coming. Sign up for a first look and be entered to a chance to win.
I imagine you sign up.
I didn't yet. I didn't realize. I didn't
Wow.
read that whole thing.
Wow.
Analog Music Company in Ukraine. He's got a new Analog Music Company fuzz, simple form, complex nature, extreme specialist sound, THT and germanium inside. So it's a cool little 2-knobber, and you get a flip switch. Octave fuzz driver, serial number. Okay, cool. It puts the serial numbers right in front. So Analog Music Company, they got big during the pandemic making the Dark Pumpkin, which is where they'd had a modified
Another company that got big during the pandemic.
Yeah. They make the Boss. They take a Boss DS1, modify the shit out of it, and turn it into like a synthy, glitchy pedal. He modified that even further, where it had a whole sidecar thing coming off the side. So it was an enclosure mounted to the side of it with a bunch of flip switches. Changed the name at some point, but yeah. So he's doing a bunch of stuff now. He's got like preamps and all sorts of stuff, but pretty heavy during when Russia was bombing Ukraine a lot. He was posting a lot on social media about his neighborhood getting no electricity for a while, and so it's always cool to see people supporting this guy.
Yeah.
Wonder Effects. I wanted to get more time to talk about this, but Wonder Effects put out 2 pedals this week. Well, not really. So we talked about this last week, how he said between Halloween and Thanksgiving there was gonna be like 5 or 6 new releases.
You said that.
So a couple weeks back, maybe like a month ago, he started posting about the HW2.
Okay.
I didn't show you this one yet. This is the ones that I just have on my phone because they're not on the websites for these companies yet. So HW2, it's a dual channel fuzz or distortion. It looks like a distortion. It's a signature pedal for what is
No,
it?
it's when you say no, it's cool.
Yeah. Okay.
It's cool.
Where is Harm's Way? I couldn't think of the name of the band. So the band Harm's Way. It's their guitarist.
Who's that?
I'm not super familiar. To be honest, I'm not super familiar. But this is like the second or third signature pedal he's done for an artist. He did a Less Than Jake pedal for their guitarist. So it has light up sliders, independent channels, soft touch switches. Release date is going to be Halloween. So it's going to be HM2 style blendable boost. So it's going to be a heavy metal distortion. But then he also put out, he actually released this week, I got a picture of it somewhere. He put out a delay pedal called the Wet Hot American Bummer, which is a play on the movie Wet Hot American Summer.
I don't know that one.
I believe this is his first delay pedal. So that one's going to be pretty cool. We'll dive into that one more when we have a little bit more time. But I just wanted to touch on that real quick because he's always doing cool stuff. And here's the big one. Let's just jump on to the big one. I know I had more stuff, but we didn't have enough time to prepare everything today. And it would have gone. This would have been a 2-hour-long podcast.
You always talk like, "Oh, we don't have time," and then you say, "This is gonna be a short one," and we're like in an hour.
We're an hour and
5 minutes.
If we covered every single thing in detail, like I would like to do, we'd be at 2 hours, and I got to go to work tomorrow morning.
I don't think people will listen till the end.
Oh, they're probably gone by now.
Yeah.
Okay, so guitarist Greg Koch. He's got signature guitars.
Okay.
Believe he's got signature amps at this point. Now he's got the Cockness Monster from Jam Pedals. Now Jam Pedals, they're a Greek company.
Okay.
They have.
Is that like a well-known company?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they've got a whole line of pedals. And they've done this before where they do where they just put them all together in a multi-effect. Different arrangements they did like a Pink Floyd style one where it's just like had cool artwork all the way across. And then a bunch of their pedals.
A letter next to the knob.
Yeah. I would not be able to follow it like that. So here's the regular standard Cockness Monster. So I should cover the other one first before this one, but we'll just jump into this.
Okay.
So there's the Cockness Monster, and then there's the Cockness Monster Supreme. So this one says it is a pared-down, throw-and-go, orange-clad warrior of the sonic night. 4 delicious flavors of jam pedal glory to get the job done right in the service of rock. Oh, and I guess that's a direct quote from Greg. So it says, the Cockness Monster is loose. That's a ridiculous name. We're proud to share the culmination of the 15-year partnership. What's his name? 15-year-long partnership. Now, I know they've been doing stuff with him for years. He's used their pedals for years. But let's jump into what's on this fucking thing. Okay. So
I see.
The ability to sync the Dalai Lama's tap tempo and the Harmonious Monk, allowing you to control both units with a single tap. So that's cool because you could sync the delay and the tremolo together instead of having to do tap tempo on both independently.
Okay.
So here is the signal chain. The Lucy Dreamer Overdrive, the Eureka Fuzz, Harmonious Monk Harmonic Amplitude Tremolo. Number 4 is the Dalai Lama Delay. So this has the basics. I mean, it doesn't have reverb or anything, but if he's using amps that have reverb,
now here's
and you need a tuner, but it kind of gets you everything you need.
I have talked about this so many times now. For someone who's just starting, this is not a good pedal, though.
I disagree because if it's somebody for the price tag, this is not a good starting pedal. But if you know what sounds you want, and you only want those 4 sounds, this might be a good place to go.
But then you will have to be set on those sounds and know how to get to those sounds.
Yeah, I don't know if there's...
Because of the amount of knobs, though. How many knobs does that thing has?
Well, if you look, it is kind of split up. So you have to follow where the foot switches are.
40.
So 1, 2, 3, 4 sections here. Because there's 4 different pedals built into this thing. I think you have to be somewhat familiar with what their independent pedals are set up as.
Yeah.
What the layout of those are.
Well, that's why I'm saying.
But somebody like Greg Koch, he already knows because he's been doing this for years.
You have all these knobs.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make sense.
No, that's the one thing that I've noticed with some of their pedals is if you don't know the manual of the pedal, if you haven't actually looked at how to use this thing, you might be a little confused for sure. Let's look at the...
Like if you're a person like I am or you are, you're not going to read the manual.
Not usually.
I wouldn't think so.
So 9-volt DC, you got, I don't know, S and R are on the back there. But yeah, this thing's got 2, 4, 6,
14.
2, 4, 6, 7 foot switches on this thing.
Oh, 7 foot switches?
4 pedals, but 7 foot switches.
I don't know. I'm not
now,
really convinced.
Are you ready for the price on this?
I'm guessing closer to 1,000.
Closer to 1,000, yeah. $790. Ships at the end of October. So right now they're a pre-order only. So that's the standard version. You're not gonna believe this other version.
That's just a standard.
Look at this
Oh,
thing.
Joe,
This thing's a monster.
I wouldn't.
The Cockness
2,000.
shipping at
Ha!
the end of 2024.
Nah.
You'll be getting this in July. 2,190 American dollars.
Nah.
I'm
I'm sorry.
But this is the full rig. This is his full rig right here.
That looks insane.
So let's jump into what this thing you get.
Look at the signal chain.
Okay, this is a ton of pedals built in this
That's
thing.
insane.
So you get the Waco wah pedal.
I see
You get the
that.
retro vibe, so you get like Univibe. The Gristle King, which is his signature overdrive. The Eureka Fuzz, just like the smaller version. Lucy Dreamer, like the smaller version. You get Send and Return, so you can put different pedals in the loop. So like you were saying, you're limited with the other
Yeah.
version. This one actually, no, I think the other one did have Send and Returns. Did it not?
I didn't see it.
I
though.
thought it did. So it's cool. You can put different pedals in between other stuff here.
Okay.
The Boomster, which I'm guessing is a booster. Waterfall, which is probably that's the chorus pedal. Harmonious Monk, so
Okay.
much like the other one. The Dalai Lama Mark II, but you also have the Dalai Lama Extreme. So he has 2 delays built into this thing.
That is
So
insane.
let's go over this real quick. You get the wah, vibrato, or Univibe style pedal. Gristle King, so overdrive, Eureka, fuzz, Lucy Dreamer, overdrive. The booster, waterfall, harmonious monk, Dalai Lama. Is that 8? 10? What is all that? I can't even keep track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I think 11.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10.
10.
Now this thing is also 21.26 inches long, 9.8 inches. This is like the size of a pedal board. Like you could put a board underneath this, but you don't need it. I think this is a great all-in-one if this is the sound you want. But again, like you were saying earlier about the guitars, it's a signature person's signature sound.
I mean, I have a couple complaints about it. One, I do understand why it's $2,000 because he has a lot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you were to start on this pedal war,
I don't think you start with a $2,000 pedal.
money.
I don't think you start with a $2,000 pedal though.
I mean, a rich kid.
Yeah.
You will think so.
Yeah.
But if you had that acquisition
Or
power,
if you're like a 40-year-old lawyer, dentist,
you work in a bank or something
you work
like
in a
that.
bank, and you're like, I'm jumping all in on guitar. I'm getting the best high-end equipment. This thing is, all Greg Koch. I got to get this thing. I'm a big fan.
But we get back to this, though.
Yeah.
The amount of knobs that he has, the foot switches.
Yeah.
Like, you had to be really familiar with all those different signal chains that he has.
Yeah.
And you have to know what specifically do you want from each one of those to get the sound that you want to.
Yeah, because you might not even touch the tremolo on this thing. If you're not somebody that loves tremolo, but you want the option
there's
of
going
it
to
being
be
there,
options
you might not
that
even
you're
actually
not
touch
going
it.
to use, though.
And some of these things you don't know what they're going to sound
I
like.
don't
And this is with
know.
any pedal. You don't really know how it's going to sound unless it's hooked up to your setup.
I'm not a fan.
My problem with it is it's somebody's signature thing. So you're kind of stuck with like the Loch Ness Monster artwork on there, which I'm not a big fan. All of the jam pedals, I'm not a huge fan of the artwork. There's nothing wrong with it. I know.
Oh, I see who's judging artwork now.
No. I know people love it. They're a popular company. They get a lot of business. But for me personally, I would like, if I was looking at this, I would like it if it was just that plain orange color without any of the artwork. That's just me personally.
I don't know. That pedal makes me feel anxious.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much going on. It just makes me anxious.
It looks crazy. I think like David Gilmour back in the day, like he used to have like custom made units that were like stuff like this, where they just shoved a bunch of pedals into one. I want to know what the wiring looks like on this thing. Is it a bunch of independent circuit boards for each pedal?
I just imagine you buying that kind of pedal and me getting upset with you coming here to the music room and start like messing up the knobs. moving them all sorts of different ways so you can not find whatever was you said before.
Well,
That would be a
we
mess.
now that we have a son that likes to play in the music
Oh my
room,
gosh, yes.
I'd
He
have to worry.
does.
I don't even care anymore. He comes in and he'll come in, he'll
He
change
does.
the knobs up, and he'll turn the pedals on and off while I'm playing. The only thing we have to worry about there is like the volume, making sure he
Yeah.
doesn't crank the volume up. But anytime he's in the room, we always put his earmuffs on.
I
So,
think by this point you already learn like how
Yeah.
to get back to whatever you like.
well, that's why I keep a simple setup with
Yeah.
eight pedals, one of them being a tuner. I don't know. I know what I'm going for. Which honestly, like the 8 pedals that I have on the board, there's 2 of them on there that barely ever get used anyway. So
Yeah.
they're just nice to have. It's nice to have a fuzz on there. It's nice to have a second delay
But
with
you
that
see, then
reverse
why
function.
do you want a $2,000 pedal
Oh, I
if
don't.
there's a couple of things that are not going to?
I'm not
or
saying
you're
I'm
going
not
to
saying I want
use?
this. I'm just saying like, and again, do you buy this because you like all the options that it has, or do you buy this because you're a big fan?
Yeah.
Like I feel like his biggest fans, they're jumping on this, even if they're like going into debt to buy this thing. I think that side view looks really cool though.
They can start selling blood.
I would like to see this in a different colorway.
I don't know.
If it
I
was
guess
offered,
it just makes me
yeah.
anxious because it's too much.
Now they have other options on their website for something like this. They have
What do you mean
like,
all their options?
Their custom shop.
Oh.
Here's one that they've done before. Like you can order whichever. Now, where did it just go? That one that I just had on the screen.
Custom multi-pedals?
Yeah, so they have their order form. You can just pick what you want on there.
Oh.
So right here.
Oh.
So they can put together with the original artwork of each pedal.
Just
so you,
one?
So you like the issue you were saying, like how are you supposed to keep track of the signal chain on this thing?
Well, okay, that makes more sense.
You can get it where they keep the original artwork for each individual
so
pedal
you know which one
in
is
the
what.
row.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But I'm not a big fan of some of this artwork. The Delay Llama, I mean, that's like a classic one, but
I mean, it does look. It looks kind of insane.
It looks interesting to me. Oh, they even put a tuner on there.
Yeah.
But which is just a Boss tuner. They just take apart a Boss tuner and put it on there. It looks like. Nothing wrong with it.
No,
I think it's great stuff.
I mean, if you're a big fan,
My personal
that's for you.
preference. My personal preference for like pedals is I like there to be artwork, but I don't like it to be too flashy. That's my personal thing. Like stuff like we've talked before, Walrus, Earthquaker.
Yeah.
Those are more like dark, stylistic stuff.
But Summer School has like flashy pedals, though.
Yeah, but
Still, they are kind of cool.
I think they're cool.
I don't know.
But I think we're pretty much running out of time again. We actually made it through the whole almost hour and 20 minutes.
And you said you were gonna make it shorter.
Well, a couple minutes shorter.
Yeah, right.
What do you think? We'll wrap it up and go to bed?
I guess so.
Okay.
You see, I already have my pajamas on.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just as smart.
Shoot, this was episode
I don't know.
6? Is this episode 6?
All I know is that I studied in my ice cream and it's already melted.
Yeah.
So
Well, now you got
$7.
ice cream soup.
$7 from
You got some
Walgreens.
soup.
That
You could just refreeze it.
Walgreens. I guess so.
Yeah. Or you're gonna end up eating my ice cream.
More likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the Bad Guitars podcast. I guess we don't have to say this at the end of the episodes. We just keep
I
doing
guess
it. We just keep
no.
doing it. If you stayed on this long, you know who we are. You know what this
I
is.
guess so.
Hopefully you guys have liked the video. Subscribe to the page. We got 31 as of this day of us recording. 31 subscribers. We've got 2 members that joined our Facebook group. So
More.
between us 2 and the 2 subscribers, hey, we're at 4 people so far. We're getting there. I mean, it's gonna be a slow build. I already know, but you know, the first 2 episodes are at like almost 200 views already. One of them surpassed 200. You know, the last couple episodes are like 70, I think. So we just hope that it catches on. If not, you know, just keep talking to ourselves here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's okay.
Maybe I can convince you to buy some pedals at some point.
I don't know.
Yep. So this is the Bad Guitars Podcast. We will catch you next time.